Less than a week ago, Figma empowered its MCP server by adding the capability of agents writing inside the Figma canvas. As soon as this was released, I created a video for you showing you the biggest value, which is the ability to connect our design system and being able to prompt the agent to create a UI leveraging our design system. In this video, I'm following up to take a deeper look. I want to explain what are skills in general, which prompted Figma to create Figma Skills for the MCP. And like many of you asked me in the comments, we're going to dig deeper into each one of these skills so you understand them, you know how to call them in Claude, and most importantly, by doing that, you will be saving the inefficient token use that we've been observing from within Claude. So let's dive deeper. Claude Skills. Claude is just the example of the agent we are using. You may be using Codex, you may be using Visual Studio with Copilot. So what is the purpose of skills? Skills are these additional files that are written in markdown that your agent can call on when they use them. You can create your own skills from scratch. Like for example, let's say you wanted to create a brand skill that is specifically related to your company, that will know all your brand details and always embed them in specific projects. A skill would be a fantastic place to create it. There are natural skills that are available to you from within Claude. If I wanted to add skills, I can either create them with Claude, write the skill instructions myself, or upload a skill that I may have downloaded on the web. But before we get started, I left this on purpose because all these companies have been panic releasing features. There's an update every day. You're seeing that for yourself. This is the reason why you probably found my channel. And honestly, it is the reason why I'm creating all these videos. So much is happening, and some of us want to stay on top of it. So if you look right here in the left side channel, there is very often a Claude update waiting for you. So make sure to click the relaunch so you have access to the latest Figma skills. Now that my Claude is updated, I want to show you how when you come here to code, if you click your / the moment you put that command, you will see all the skills that you have access to. So this beauty I just showed you, which is typing the command / and being able to access the Figma skills, which is what we want, as of today was available only on the Claude Enterprise account. But since many of you have Pro accounts, I wanted to test it on my Pro account as well, and it was not yet available. For all I know, you can have it available for you tomorrow once you click that update button again. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to show you how to download it because that's a fantastic learning, especially if you're using other tools. Meanwhile, if you already have the / command, feel free to skip through this part to the next chapter in this video so you can learn more about the Figma skills themselves. So if you have a Claude Pro account like I showed you, you don't have access yet to the skills in your commands. So we're going to download them right here. In my Finder, this zip file with the Figma skills, I have saved it inside this Figma MCP. So there's two ways for me to do this. I can either go to customize where my skills are and add my own skills. So we could come here, upload a skill, we'll drag and drop it. Double clicking on the zip file that we downloaded from Figma, I get this folder now. If I were to go inside of it, you will see we have access to multiple skills. Each one of the Figma skills are right here. And you will see it either needs to be a zip or it needs to be the actual MD file, so I can come here and do that. And now we have access to Figma Create Design System rule. Or another way of doing this, let's let Claude do the work for us. Let's change our folder. Let's go inside the specific folder that we downloaded from Figma. Here you go, we unzipped it. And I want to say, add the Figma skills in this folder to my Claude skills so I can access them. So it took the necessary permissions to copy all these skills where needed. And here you go. All 7 Figma skills have been copied to Claude-Skills. To verify that we have access to them, if I type the / right now with Figma, you will see they are all right here. Now that our skills are working, I want to high level go through each one of them and clarify a distinction, which of them you're more likely to use as a designer and which of them generate code so they are more likely to be used by your developers. Then I'll dive through some of them that are most relevant to us. So the Figma Code Connect is incredibly relevant, but it is very much for developers, because in order to do this one, you can see this when we hover on it, what it's saying. It creates and maintains Figma Code Connect template files that map the components to code snippets. So for this function to work, you actually need to have a folder, like in this Figma MCP, I need to have an HTML or whatever is the code that your developers have for your design system. And what they can do is they can come to your Figma design system. You can either copy this element alone, take the link for it, and then go run that particular command, Figma Code Connect, and basically it will connect the snippet that you have in your code with your actual component. But there's a much better way of doing this from within Figma itself. There is a way to connect all the components in your library with your code. And this is outside the scope of this video. I will show it to you some other time. I know some of you are very keen on this, but I discovered it as I am diving deeper into the documentation. So this is the Figma Code Connect. Figma Create Design System Rules, again, is for developers because it's basically working with codes. If I provide it with my design system link, it will take it, understand it, and basically generate a specific file that is a markdown file that Claude can understand to know all the rules that exist in your design system. So it will allow the agent to speak better to your code. Now, these two here are more something that you're likely to use. Figma Create New File is the basic of asking that code to Canvas connection to happen. I showed you that in the MCP video, how we would ask it to create a new file to send whatever we generate to it. At any point, if you're not sure what you need to provide with a specific skill, like for example, Figma Create a New File, if you come to it, it tells you exactly what you need to do. There are even example prompts that you can use here. Figma Create New File creates a design file named Untitled. But if you tell it Figma Create New File, FigJam My Whiteboard, then it's going to create a FigJam file for you. If you tell it create a new file Design versus FigJam, this is the format, and then you add the name of your file, this is what it will create for you. So always refer to this very helpful documentation here till you get the hang of it. Next, Figma Generate Design. We'll dig into this a little more, but this is literally what I showed you last time when we leveraged our design system and we allowed the agent to create a page on our behalf. So it used all the components, the variables from our design system. Figma Generate Library, again, this is for your developers mainly because the output is code. You take your Figma design system, you give them the link, and they can generate the code from it. So if you have a design system today with all these components, just providing the link to Claude and clicking Figma Generate Library will generate that code for you. Of course, I highly recommend that you start by creating a proper structure before you simply do this. Otherwise, all your tokens will run while trying to create the folder structure and just understanding whether you want to use React, Tailwind, or whatever. Lastly, Figma Implement Design. This is very easy. It does an exact interpretation of your design. And that's the one where I think the Figma MCP excels because it is very accurate. It takes your design and creates it exactly how it is. Now, be careful of the distinction between Figma Generate Design and Figma Implement Design. Implement Design, the result of that is code. Generate Design, the result of that is canvas vector work created by the agent itself. Now let's dig deeper into a few of those that are most relevant to you. So to leverage the Figma use, which is the skill that allows us to have the agent right on our canvas, I've created two files. One is a design system file that I downloaded from the Figma Simple Design System UI kit. I've duplicated this file, added it to one of my teams. I renamed it, adding my name and a logo on top of it. Feel free to change it or use your own design system, but this is just for the purpose of the demo. And then I created a design file within the same team or folder and connected the Namat UI design system to this particular file. Now, what I want you to note is Figma use is the basic function that we need to allow the agent to write on our canvas. However, there are additional skills that build on top of Figma use. Two of them are right here, and the Figma team gave these as a sample. So if your team wants to create your own additional skills, you could do that for your agent. But the Figma Generate design gets added on top of Figma use to allow the agent to have context and to write new screens for you. I just want you to understand a distinction between what are skills and what are tools. So you will see there's another link that I'm giving you called the Figma tools or prompts. And these are available to you as part of the Figma MCP as well. These are almost like the functions that the Figma MCP is doing. This is what it can do when you ask it to do something. However, skills are different from tools and prompts because it's not what the Claude agent is doing. It's actually the specific skill that you can call on. And the power of it is when you're using a skill, you are telling the LLM rather than it searching for what to do or how to do something for you. You're telling it exactly what to do. This saves significant amount of tokens because it's referring to this particular document only when it needs it. So in my previous video, when I showed you how we're calling the design system and we're trying to build components, we were leveraging so many tokens. First, because this is a completely new feature. Both Claude and Figma are just beginning to learn to each other. It's changing and improving every day. But this is why learning how to use the skills themselves and calling them specifically for what we need will allow us to optimize how we're using the Figma MCP. Let's go back to Claude, and I'm going to type a / and this gives us access to our skills. Now, we can use Figma use, but I know that Figma Generate design builds on Figma use. So the moment I select it, it's right here for me. So I'm saying Figma Generate design of a small plumbing business homepage using the components from my design system. Remember, I have to give it the name of my design system, which is Namat Simple Design Systems. So now we gave it the skill, we gave it what we want, we gave it the name of the library from which it's getting the components. And the last piece is I want to tell it where to place this, create the design in this Figma file. At this point, I want to click on share, copy my link, and place it here. So now we have all we want. Because we're not just chatting with Claude with simple language, because we're calling a skill, it already knows what to do. So it's not going to waste any tokens on trying to figure out what happens. The skill that it first used is Figma use. Like we said, it has to use Figma use and then build on top of it. Here, if you open, it's using tools. Remember that distinction I told you between the actual tools and the skills? So some of the tools are searching within the Figma design system, getting metadata, the variables, definitions. I can already see it's using 1.3 tokens. This is way better than my previous video where it was just searching and thinking for a very long time. My advice for you, always follow what Claude is saying. If you find it being stuck for a very long time, pause and try again, especially if you have limited tokens. Another tip for using your tokens wisely, stick with Sonnet. Don't use Opus unless you really feel it's a very advanced capability that you need Opus for, but it will run your tokens very fast. Only if you have an enterprise account and you're not worried about your token usage, then you can leverage Opus. Now, if you want to see the magic in action, I'm here in this file. Suddenly, another me appears, and that's my agent basically. And here it is, creating my homepage. I'm trying not to mess with it, but you will see it will start adding stuff to my homepage. Now, I stopped it halfway through because this was showing me its progress and it was still going to build so many of these pages. Now, if we look at the result in Figma, do I love it? Is this great? No, I don't. But it's doing the job. It's using the existing variables of the design system. It's allowing you to change modes because it's connected to your variables. So this is a proof of concept. And please, if you're still one of those people who keep thinking, oh, but this is not perfect, this is not such a good output. I know, you and me know. I don't want the agent to replace me and you and generate designs. That's not why I'm teaching you this. I'm teaching you this because your product manager and your developers have access to this. They think they can come up with an idea, generate it, and send it to Figma. And you want to know how to do this so you stay in control, you stay part of the game, not because you and me think the agent is doing a better job. So please keep that in mind. That attitude is important. None of it is perfect. I hope it remains imperfect because this is where our expertise of the craft comes in. But it's getting better so fast. You're seeing how fast we're releasing these. So don't bank on this. Don't just say, oh, it's not good enough, whatever, this is something I can dismiss. No, it's not. Those of us who are working in real places know already that our developers and our product managers are leveraging these tools, and that's why we're here. If you want to see a more exciting version of it, just go see my video where I generate an Android app that shows you it can give you a decent output. Next is Figma Implement Design. We've done this so many times before. I showed you even in the initial Code to Canvas demo. This is basically when you tell Claude to use a specific Figma link and to apply it and create it accurately. And this is where I think Claude and Figma MCP excel together because they can give you a very accurate design. All you need is a Figma URL. It will pull any needed assets that it has, generate the code, and match your design. This is a skill that I think is excellent and is handy for us, like we demoed in Code to Canvas at the very beginning. To show this in action, I'm going to insert this instance of a card, pricing card from my simple design system. I am going to copy the exact link for my selected item. Do you see? Share to selection. Pricing card. This is the link that I want. And coming back to Claude, I will say Figma Implement Design and send it here. The output for Implement Design is going to be code. Do you see how fast it's running the skill? It immediately ran the get design context. It generated a screenshot of this element. It can read it very well. And here it's calling out something really important, which is some of those Figma components are not linked with your Code Connect. So each component that is here, we can connect it to your code. Some of you asked me in the comments how to connect your code library. Well, I figured this out and I would love to guide you through it, but this is way outside the scope of this particular video. We can dive through it together, just let me know. The Figma Code Connect components, you can give it a link to a design system that you created in Figma. Running that command, you should have code in your folder. It will connect your components from Figma to the code. But this is the part that I wanted to show you. You don't have to wait for your developers to do it. We can actually do this from within Figma, which is much easier for designers. I hope you found this useful. I know it's a lot. I just want you to be kind to yourself and acknowledge this is all a lot. We're all feeling it, but it's okay. If you're here, that means you are doing the best that you can, and that's all you need to do right now as a designer. We're figuring it out together. We're trying to be ahead of the game, so when your developers and project managers come generating code, you're not the last one to know about it, that they vibe designed something. No, you need to be part of those conversations. You need to own the craft. Yes, anybody can vibe code right now, but when you're involved, you can control how the output is. You can still own the usability, the accessibility, the design aesthetics, and the pleasure that we create for users by interacting with our product. AI agents cannot do that. That's your craft, that's your power. You're learning all these tools so you can continue to do your craft to the best way possible. Thank you for sharing this journey. If you stuck around this far, I just want you to know this is not another business for me. I'm not doing this for money. I already have a job. I'm doing this because I want to shed some light in the crazy darkness that we're feeling in the world right now. And if my channel is adding some light to you, I hope you share it with other people who need to hear it right now. Thank you so much for watching.